Well, if I don't seem my usual happy self, it's because I'm pretty fucking disgusted. Like I said, it's very rare that I get ticked off. I got ticked off with the crypt keeper, prostituting. It's the word I use. He prostituted, used sick, suffering, dying children at St. Jude's as a way to get attention to build his channel to make money for himself on the promise of a 318. I got ticked off at Jabba using a little tiny melanoma spot as this cancer to get sympathy, especially how it hits real close to home to me concerning my sister, my late sister. Now I'm ticked off at Jabba again. I don't know how much worse this guy can get. I really don't. Nothing is beyond him for being disrespectful, rude, disgusting human being. But after I put up my video this morning, about 15 minutes later, I got a text, "Hey B, if you have a minute, please call me." So I called him. He says, "Hey, have you checked out Jeff's channel? I think he might have maybe caught Jabba if he went live." I said, "No, I'm planning on doing that later today. I got things to do this morning and going into the afternoon. In fact, what I'm doing right now is cutting into things I need to do, but I want to get this out right here and now." He says, "I can save you some time." He says he went live all day yesterday. All fucking day. All morning. Riding around and sitting in his Jeep, running his mouth, once again giving financial advice on how to secure your future. The fuck was that? How to secure your future and investing in silver and, and his usual rambling. Everything he's going to do, looked at houses, but they're not built good, and then he's going to go work on the Bel Air. Showed up at the house where the Bel Air is. Sat out there for over an hour. He says, I kept going back like every half hour. I'd go back and check. Oh, it's still on. Then I'd be doing things around the house. See if Jabba's still on. Yep, Brian, still on. All fucking morning. But he didn't go work on it because he didn't know if the guy was sleeping. Didn't want to wake him up. I'm thinking, why didn't he text him? That's what my friends do with me. They text me. If I'm busy, I'll get back to them when I can. If not, I'll return the text. Yeah, what's up? Can you talk? You got a minute? Yeah, okay. Then I'll call. Like what happened a little while ago. Kept waiting. Oh, I'll come back later. But in the meantime, as usual, he's going to do this, do that, looking at houses. But he said he has to leave that motel. He has to go to another place. Because he can only stay there for 2 weeks. Why? If you're staying at a place and you're paying, why won't they let you stay? They'd have to be crazy to turn down constant flow of income. How do you run a business like that when you're telling people, nope, you can only stay 2 weeks? You gotta leave. You know how that happens? That happens here. With places, hotels that, and they work out deals with the welfare public service. A lot of the hotels, like I mentioned in the past, that whale are in, 75% of it's empty all the time. So they work out a deal with welfare. Or let the homeless people getting public assistance, let them live in those rooms. And we'll pay you. They don't pay a lot. From what I've heard, they're getting $100 a week for a room. At one time, they were getting $100 a night when it was the days in its heyday. When the rooms were filled, and at times you couldn't get a room there. You had to go to the New Bedford Hotel. You had to go to the Starlight Motel over in Fairhaven. You had to go to the Capri Motel over in Westport. The real rundown slum motels. These are the ones where drug addicts get a room, they got their dope, they got a hookup for the night, and they're gone the next day, you know. And the hotels will easily take a very low weekly payment like that because these rooms are empty. You know, they got like 75 rooms there. It's safe to say that if they get 3 or 4, and I'm being generous saying 3 or 4, paying regular tourists or people that need a room for the night that pay their full rate, from what I understand, they're going like $75 to $85 a night. They're pretty decent rooms. It was the Days Inn, part of a chain at one time. They're getting income of 3 or 4 rooms a week. It's hard to stay in business that way. And a lot of these hotels and motels, because they know that they can get money from the state through welfare by filling these rooms, even though they're getting $100 a week. You got 50, 60, 70 rooms at $100 a week. It's money. They do it. But like welfare, this I do know, they have short-term and long-term. They only pay for so long at a place. Then you got to reapply. See if they'll give you more money, or see if they'll set you up at another place that they'll pay for, either a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Like he originally said, he had, 3 months at that first place you got kicked out of? And that's what he's doing. He's getting bounced around to wherever he can get a place that welfare will pay for. So he's going to leave there, even though he's paying. Okay.
Seems like you have something you want to talk to me.
And I'm saving the worst for last. Turn my fucking stomach. Jabba, how low can you go?
I think you have something you want to get off your chest. Why don't you?
I'm not even talking, all you do is listen.
You already called women, they all have STDs.
Okay.
You have no problem using the N-word. But this kind of ties into the thing with Jabba. You don't fuck with kids, man. You do not fuck with kids.
I'll draft a statement.
You know?
Campaign got to a point where we needed to make some changes.
He says then he cut off, says, he said he was going to go back later. And the guy was up to work on the belly. So I went back and I checked later, Brian, yeah. These days, says he was spent almost all day. With the exception of maybe 2 hours, he was on from morning till late in the afternoon. All day live on YouTube. At that guy's house. Couldn't get the Bel Air started. Cranked it and cranked it and cranked it. Hey, Jabba, you're going to burn out another fucking starter cow before that thing ever fires and kicks and runs. Runs. Like an engine should. Not for 10 seconds. Runs to where you can put it in gear and drive it, but then again, you don't even have any fucking brakes in that thing anyway. And he said the guy that his buddy there is like 70-something years old. He says, and Brian, he's trying to validate himself. He's saying to the guy, have you ever heard me say anything about cars that, you know, I sound like I don't know what I'm talking about? Because people on YouTube say I don't know what I'm talking about. He said, and the guy said something like, oh yeah, sounds good to me. Maybe this guy don't know shit about cars either. If you got one dumb fuck asking another dumb fuck if he knows what he's talking about, the other dumb fuck's going to think, yeah, he does know what he's talking about because he's a dumb fuck just like that dumb fuck. It's like asking Stevie Wonder if you know how to drive a car pretty good. Anyway, he gave up after hours and hours and hours of trying to start it. He gave up. Then he talked about how he's going back to work. He said he was going back to work today because he gave up on trying to get his disability. Can't get it. So now he's forced to go back to work. And he can't rent to a place. He said he's looked at places to rent, but nobody will rent to him because he doesn't have a job. Well, that's true. But if you got $70,000 and you can plunk up a good chunk of cash up front, the guys will be able to pay for a whole year's rent in advance. I know me and my brother would take that from someone. Pay a year in advance, fuck yeah. What do we do? Ask first, last is security. And we do a background check, make sure that credit's good. Then his house, he got into his house. He didn't get foreclosed on, the house was sold. So he says, hey, somebody asked him who bought it. And he said he doesn't know. Pay attention to what he says. And his past references towards people. And his real inner feelings towards people. You know, they say you get someone drunk or pissed off. It's like a truth serum, the real them comes out. So I don't know who bought it. I don't know if they're Mexican, Puerto Rican, Dominican. Why would you even say that? What do you mean he doesn't know who bought it? You have to be, if he sold it, he has to be there at the closing. The bank representative, his real estate lady, and the buyers. You all have to sign a document. You have to be there together at a closing. The only way he would know who bought it is if it was foreclosed and the bank auctioned it off. Now he has no idea who fucking got the property. So, he's going back to work. You ready for this? He's going back to work. He didn't drive a big... Hold on one second. Okay, sorry. I had to step away for a second. I got a text. I'll get back to him after. He didn't drive a big yellow school bus. A van. You know, you have like 3, 4, even 5-row seating to hold up like 15 people. We have them around here. Different seating capacity. Up to, I think, like 15, including a driver. Charter schools. Special needs. Daycare. Even some people use it for work transportation. They don't drive. They round up people, you know, take them to work, drive them home after work. They work at the same place. Sometimes they'll make stops at a couple places. If the workplaces are like within a so many mile radius, that way nobody's late, they can plan on it. And they pay every week, you know. One's for any type of children. School, transport. School bus, lights. Treat them the same way as a school bus. Those lights go on, that sign comes up, man, you better fucking stop. You don't go around it. You treat it the same way you would a regular school bus. But it's a small little van. Hey, Jabba, I think that's what you rode to school on. The real short school bus. I'm surprised you don't brag about how you still hold the record for licking the most windows, wearing the coolest plastic helmet, and eating the most crayons. He says he's going to go back to his same 3 clients. He only had 3 clients. Call them 3 clients. 3 children. And their siblings, brothers and sisters. 3. Just drove 3 kids back and forth all week. 3. He made good money doing that. Those parents must have a lot of fucking money. You're paying him a lot of money every week to drive their 3 kids to school and bring them home. And now, says Brian, the real Jabba came out once again. He said he had problems with the kids in the past. They don't behave. They're kind of like brats. They're always fighting and arguing. And the father, why did he have to say this? The father's black. The mother is like a Hispanic mixed breed. The kids are mixed breeds. And the kids smell real bad. They stink. They don't take a bath. In fact, he said he's going to have to use this mask that he used during COVID so he doesn't have to smell how bad they stink on the bus. Jabba, if you were in front of me right now, you'd... Anyway, I don't even, Jeff, no disrespect, but I was planning on going to watch anything that you may have captured and you have up. I was planning on going and watching that later this afternoon or tonight. After this, I don't need to see or hear anymore. I heard more than enough for one day. How much of a piece of shit Jabba is.